Yo, welcome back to my channel. This is The Last Snow. You call me Snow for short. If you guys are following my Twitch on YouTube, it's the same as my name, which is The Last Snow. So if you haven't pressed that follow button, make sure you press that follow button. Subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna get to it. So this video is all about the deck profile entering set 5 for the Bardock leader, Black Bardock leader. Hopefully guys will love this video content. A lot of people have been asking me about building deck list for Bardock, and I'm gonna do the best that I can to give you guys the best content when it comes to deck building. And for this video is gonna be for Bardock. So first off, we're gonna go with the Bardock leader. My leader is actually custom made. If you guys are interested in getting a custom made leader, you guys could just hit up the comment below, and I could definitely send you guys the info of the guy that did it for me. But this is the artwork that he did for me. This is the standard side of the Bardock. 15k attack. When attacking, draw a card. Awaken, can be awakened. When he awakens at 4. Then you draw a card. Then you awaken. Flip him over. So there's the artwork for the other side as well. The awakened side, 20k swing. When attacking, draw a card, and this card gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So that's definitely one of the reasons why I still play Bardock after the set 4 going into set 5, because he still has that extra push that makes sure that your opponent burns more cards out of his hand, because he's a 20k swing with the effect that he has, which is activate on battle once per turn, only on your turn. Look at the top card of your deck and use up to 1 battle card with Bardock's crew and its special traits in a combo. Place the rest at the top or the bottom to your owner's deck. So that's definitely a good effect as well, even though I don't play that many Bardock crew cards. But you know, it's still early. It's still early in this set comes out this Friday, February 14. If you guys haven't gotten your decks, their boxes or anything yet, so you know, I got to at least build this deck and try to test run it a little bit. I know you guys been watching my videos on YouTube, but yeah, I'm just gonna continue on pushing where I could make changes on this deck, and yeah, going into the locals, going to ultimate battles and regular tournaments, and see how far I can make it with the Bardock leader. So that's the Bardock leader. I got my very own special energy marker for Bardock as well. As you can see, I'm definitely a Bardock fan. Energy marker is cool. So let's start off. I'm gonna leave this right here. Let me leave him awakened. So we're gonna start off with the 1-drops. For the 1-drops, I'm playing 4 of the Fashas. Is a Saiyan / Bardock crew card, so it definitely goes with the effect of the leader, and as a cantrip, you definitely want to play a good amount of cantrips in this deck, because you know you want to get into your big bodies, as well as trying to figure out what you want to play turn by turn. Next up, I am playing 2 of the South Kais. 2 new cantrips. I take out the Son Goku childhood, because I wanted to keep my deck updated with the new cards that's coming out for set 5. So South Kai is a cantrip as well. I'm playing 2 of those is from set 5, and that gives me 6 cantrips going into the game. Just in case you guys don't know what cantrip is, cantrips are the 1 cost that on play you get to draw a card. The next up, 1-drop, will be, I'm playing 4 of the Hercules. Definitely a good card to have in the Bardock deck, because on play, he if you have an energy marker, add up to 1 non-Hercule GT card with the cost of 1 or less from your drop to your hand, so you get to recycle a card from the discard pile back to your hand, which is good. And there's also a 10k combo boost, so just in case you got to use it on offense or the defensive side, That's a 10k combo boost that you can actually have extra. Last but not least, for the 1-drops, will be 4 of the Paras. Definitely love this card. I was thinking of downsizing it, but the thing is that the meta that we're going into, you need a lot of board control. And so like that, you know, some of these leaders that's coming out now and the leaders that we have now with the support that's coming out for set 5, there's a lot of boards that go wide, and Bardock does have a lot of blocking points, dead ends that you want to fix up. So that's why you want to lock into the board, like to sort of start it off with the Paras to lock it off, to lock a body on the board. They can't swing with them. Also, it could get recycled by the Hercules, so you could just combo with it early in the game, and once you get the Hercule early in the game, you could just recycle it back to your hand. So those are my 1-drops. So going towards my 2-drops, this is one of the best cards that you can have in the deck, in any black deck, and I'm playing 4 of the Trunks GT. If you guys don't know what this card does, it's a 2-drop, 20k swing, 5k combo, permanent on your opponent's turn. If you have an energy marker, your non-Trunks GT battle cards can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So as a Self-Awakener, is definitely good. It's a 20k swing, which 98% of the leaders right now are 20k on the defensive side. The only 2 leaders, well, 3 leaders that you have to worry about that's 25k and above is the Brawly, is the Zamasu, and it's the Jirens. But besides that, you have a good amount of leaders that's 20k swing, so you can definitely swing with him. But when it comes to the Trunks is one of those cards that you just want to have on board, and just to protect your board, and so like that your opponent can't, you know, remove your other bodies on the board. They're gonna have to remove Trunks first in order to do any type of damage to your board. By removing them, bouncing back, you know, KOing them, negating them to 0. However, whatever possible way that they can, they will have to go through Trunks first. Next up, which will be my last 2-drop, will be the Pan. I'm only playing 2 of the Pans. Another Self-Awakener card is a 2-drop, 20k swing, 5k combo on play. Like I said, it's a Self-Awakener, and when attacking, you tap 1 energy, draw 1 card. Then if you remove the energy marker for this skill, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in the cost of 4 or less and return it to your owner's hand. So it's definitely still a good card to play in the Bardock deck. I just minimized it because it does come to a point that it does not work as much when it comes to late game. This is a card that you want to use early game, so like to slow them down into like summoning 4 cost and up. But in order to do that, you need an energy marker to use her effect in order to draw the card and bounce the card back. But you can still use the effect to draw a card at least, so it gives you an extra increase on the hand size. So that's my 2-drop. Next up will be my 3 cost. I'm playing 3 of the Bardocks. Is a 3-drop, 20k swing, 5k combo auto. Once per turn, when you use a card in a combo while this card is in battle, draw 1 card, then switch this card to active mode. I'm trying to figure out a way to put this back into 4, because 1, it can actually help with the Bardock leader effect, that if I flip the top card of the deck and it becomes a Bardock crew, I can use it in the combo power. And at the same time, it's a draw power card if you combo with a card, so you're definitely not losing anything out your hand. The only good part about it is that when you combo with this card, you get to draw cards, so you're just replacing the card that you basically comboing with, but then you get to restand this Bardock back into active mode, and then you could get to swing with him again. And the good part about his effect is it's not on just your turn. You could use it on your opponent's turn as well. Next up, there's a 3-drop. I am playing 4 of the Son Goku GT. Is definitely a great card to have in the Bardock deck because on curve. On curve is a 3 cost, 25k swing, 5k combo on play. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. And if you don't have an energy marker, you place 1 energy marker. So that's definitely good because you got manipulate this at the beginning, mid, or end game because you have 25k swing, so you're applying pressure to your opponent. But at the same time, you're getting an energy marker, so you could use plenty of stuff that needs an energy marker, like the power, to use the energy marker to lock something off the board, so like that they can't swing with it next turn. And at the same time, you know, you got other cards that I'm going to show you later on while we're still doing this deck profile of why the energy marker is so good to have in this deck. Not last but not least, the next card you guys gonna find it kind of weird, and this is what replaced one of the cards that I had in the deck already. I'm playing 2 of 3-drop Vegetas. It's a promo card that came out for early release. For set 5, it's a 3 cost, 20k swing, 10k combo. On play, if you have an energy marker, choose up to 1 battle card with the cost of 4 or less in your opponent's battle area and return it to its owner's hand. The reason why I put this card, I replaced the Sun Goten, the 2-drop 15k swing out of the deck for this, is because one, this card is a 20k swing. You're sacrificing 3 energies to at least get a 20k swing, and it's on play the effect that you get to bounce back a card or 4 or less from your opponent's battlefield back to their hand. So you're getting 2 for the price of 1. Other than the Trunks, I mean not the Trunks, the Sun Goten. The Sun Goten, in fact, is only if you combo with that card. So you're sacrificing 2 energies just to combo it off and just to bounce something off the board. While this card, even though it's 1 extra energy, but at least it's a 20k swinger, so you get to 20k swing. But before you even get to 20k swing, you get to bounce back a card from your opponent's battlefield if you have an energy marker. So that's why I said the 3-drop Son Goku comes in handy with this card because, you know, you get to use the energy marker, and if you have enough energy markers, you could definitely use the pan if you still got her on board to use the effect to take the energy marker while she's swinging to draw a card and bounce another card off the board. So you're going to bounce back 2 cards off the board that's a cost of 4 or less. So that's why I ended up putting the Vegeta into this deck, replacing the Sun Goten, because at least with the Vegeta you get to swing with him. The only time that you can actually swing with the Sun Goten if you actually play him in the baby deck, and the baby has to be awakened. Last but not least, when it comes to the 3 cost, I am playing 2 of the Super Oob. A lot of people was really giving me a hard time about this card when I was using this for set 4, because this actually puts you to give your opponent an energy marker. And, you know, they get closer and closer to getting to 6 costs, and then that's when the big body starts coming up to board. But going into set 5, you have so many potential decks that build wide boards and apply a pressure so early in the game that you want to start manipulating the board with where a lot of stuff that could get to bounce back cards off the board, get to lock it off the board, and now adding this card to pop something off the board. And it's a 3 cost, 20k swing, 10,000 combo. Activate on main once per turn. If your opponent doesn't have an energy marker, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 5 or less and KO it. Then your opponent places 1 card, places 1 energy marker. So he gets an energy marker, but I get to pop a big body off the board, or a body that has to get removed off the board because, you know, most likely their effect does damage every single turn. So that's why I'm playing 2 of those. And it's a 10k combo, so, you know, you got to build your deck with a lot of 10k combo as well. Right now we're going to go to the 4 cost. This is the number 1 key card in the black, which would be the 4-drop Son Goku GT. It's a 4 cost, 30k swing, 0 combo, 1 attacking, once per turn. If you don't have an energy marker, you place 1 energy marker. And at the end of the turn, if your energy marker is removed in the game during this turn, draw 1 card. So definitely one of the best staple cards for black. The The only bad part is the whole zero combo. You try to avoid a lot of zero combos into the deck, but this card is so good to have. It's a 30k swing, gives you an energy marker, and you get to draw at the end of the turn, which is definitely good. So your opponent is definitely going to try to eliminate this card off the board. So hopefully you got your Trunks GT 2 costs on the board to protect this guy. So like that, you know, they just focus on trying to remove Trunks off the board instead of trying to go toe-to-toe with you with Son Goku GT. And next up, I'm playing two of the Great Apes. Grade A Baby is a 4 cost, 30k swinger, another 0 combo. On play, play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 2 or less from your hand. That effect is definitely to apply to summon freely is the Trunks GT. Is a self-awakener if you need it, and it gets to protect bodies on the board if you have an energy marker, or if you want to go in a different route that you want to apply as much pressure as you can. You could summon the Pan 2-drop to apply pressure, or if you don't have anything, you could just summon like a cantrip to draw a card from the hand. From your deck to your hand, and then his secondary effect, one attacking, choose up to 1 battle card with the cost of 3 or less, and place it into your owner's combo area, which is definitely good because you get to remove one of your opponent's 3 costs or less off the board. So you're not KOing it, you're not bouncing it back. So there's a lot of cards nowadays that says that it can't be KO'd or can be bounced back or whatever, but you're definitely using it as a combo power. So that's definitely good. I try to put it down to 1, but I brought it back to 2 because of the meta that we're going into. There's a lot of you want to go try to find a way to go wide with your board, and this is one of the best options to use because a 30k swing, and then you can summon a 2-drop as well. Next up, my last of the 4 drops will be the Glorio. I'm only playing 3. Yes, everybody's playing mostly 4 of these, but you know, you just got to get out of that comfort zone of just drawing power. You definitely need to play other things, and there's a reason why I put it down to 3, because like I said, wide board is a must for the next set. Combo power as well, so you still get the draw power and the 10k combo out of this, and it's a 25k swinger, so you're applying pressure to your opponent. That is a 20k leader, so they're gonna have to burn a 10k combo. His effect on permanent, if you or your opponent has an energy marker, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 2. So if you have an energy marker, you could definitely do the Grade A Baby with this card and summon the Gloria as a secondary. If one of you guys have the energy marker, but if your opponent has the energy marker, on play, your opponent lets you draw a card. So that definitely helps out. And that was my 4 costs. Not going up to my 5 cost. You already know the boss of the boss. I'm only playing 2. 2 of the Bardock 5-drop double striker 35k swing 0 combo. Activate on battle. Your turn. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more cards in your combo area, choose to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. The good thing about this card is that the combo cards don't have to be with this card. That's what I like about the card. You get to discard 2 cards. Combo 2 cards out your hand with anything on the board to apply pressure, and then his effect activates to pop something off the board. And what I like is not restricted into like a cost size. So that's definitely good as well. Next up will be the new card in the set 5, the 5-drop Son Goku 30k swing 5k combo. On play, if you remove the energy marker to use this card, draw 2 cards and activate on main once per turn. Discard 1 card from your hand, then switch this card in battle area to active mode. So that's what I was kept talking. Now we're going into set 5 where, you know, you're gonna have a lot of wide boards. So with the Great Ape summoning an extra body on the board actually helps out, and then this actually helps out as well because you get to draw 2 cards if you use the energy marker, then to discard 1, so you're not losing anything out of it. You basically just gain at least 1 card, but you get to swing with this guy twice, 30k swing, which is amazing. So you can't definitely go wrong with that. Next up, we got the Grand Kai Super Combo. Standard 10k combo on your offense is a 20k combo on your defense. So, yeah, there's nothing much to put about it. I just added it because I wanted to implement a lot of set 5 cards into the deck. So like that looks like it's up to date, and I'm not playing with just old cards. Now going into the extras, I am playing 2 of the 10-time Kamehameha. We already know what it does. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 2 or less and KO it. But if you remove the energy marker to use this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 3 or less and KO them. We're definitely, like I said, we're going into a meta that there's a lot of 3 cards that has to get removed off the board, that their effect definitely does damage, but at the same time, they're big bodies. They're probably 25k swingers, and you gotta, remove them off the board. So like that, you still got a chance to, try to win the game. So removal in this deck is a must. It can't just be on combo power. You need to find a way to remove cards off the board. Next up is one of the new cards in the set going into set 5. I'm playing 2 of the Ultimate Sparking. It's definitely a great card. It's a 1 cost. Activate on battle, only on your opponent's turn. Your cards that are in battle gets 20,000 power for the battle. Then if you remove the energy marker to use this card, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it can't attack for the turn. So a lot of people, this is one of the sleeper cards that I have in the deck, because a lot of people definitely gonna sleep on this card being played. But if your opponent has so many bodies on the board, you get to lock in one of them that it can't swing. You don't put them on rest mode, but you could definitely lock in a battle card on the board to them not to swing with them. Is definitely a good card, because at the same time it's a 1 cost, so you could continue recycling it with the Hercule. Hercule recycles this card back to your hand, instead of just doing the power. If you want to go in defensive mode and lock bodies on the board, you could definitely do so by recycling this card, and this card definitely does damage. Last but not least is the last card of my deck, and this is why I took one of the Glorios out. It's the 4 cost Soul Punisher. Choose activate on main is choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and KO it. But if you remove the energy marker to use this card, choose up to 2 battle cards in your opponent's battle area and KO them. So the reason why I took one of the Glorious out to do this, because like I said, there's gonna be a lot of boards that's gonna go wide if you got no bodies on the board, or if you got some type of bodies on the board and you can get to protect them their next turn. If they do got something on the board that needs to get removed, or multiple bodies on the board that needs to get removed, you're gonna try to apply pressure by swinging at them first. And if they don't, try to burn cards at their hand, and if they don't let it die, you just basically 4 costs and pop them off the board. Just make sure that you got the energy marker, so like that you get to pop 2 bodies off the board. And the best thing about this card is not restricted in the cost. The cost, there's no cost about 5 or less or 3 or less. It basically just says KO a body off the board, which is amazing. So this is my deck. This is my Bardock deck. It's a 53 card deck. I try to put it down to 52, 51, and it's definitely hard to do so. But it's definitely a great deck to still be playing going into set 5. We're gonna have to continue testing out to see if there's more adjustment that has to be done. But like I said, this is only going into set 5, so there is gonna be some adjustments going once I start playing into locals and ultimate battles and see how they go. But I still feel like Bardock still got faith in. I still got faith in Bardock to be one of the strongest black decks out there. I feel like all black decks are definitely strong. But a lot of people is losing hope because he didn't give no no support. But he got 1 support with a 5 cost. Bardock 30. I think it was a 30k swing, 5k combo, and there's a crit. And if you combo 1 card with it, you get to pop 4 or less off the board. It's definitely a good card, but at the same time, I needed something that could actually go wide, and that's why I went with the Son Goku. The Son Goku 5 cost, because just by discarding 1 card from your hand, you get to swing 30k swing twice. So yeah, so this is my deck profile. If you guys enjoyed it, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not following me on Twitch, my Twitch is The Last Snow, the same as my YouTube page. And if you guys definitely like it and feel like you guys have other options on putting into the deck, don't be afraid to put it on the comments below. And hopefully you guys definitely enjoy this stream, and I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. Later.